I'm Steve Williams, and this is Scooter and the Sticks. It's not an ideal day to be riding today, and it hasn't been for the past few weeks. But even though I'm not riding, I'm still thinking about riding. And there's something that I wanted to talk about and share, perhaps in hopes that someone will provide me with the answer in the comments. The subject: aging and riding. And the question: when is it time to stop? I just met with my cardiologist to discuss the results of a recent echocardiogram. I listened, and he asked if I had any questions. I told him yes. I have two. First, it's been almost 9 years since my heart attack and stent placement. I wanted to know, what can I expect in the next 9 years? And the second question: is it time for me to stop riding, especially off the pavement in places with no cell coverage? I should add that my cardiologist rides a BMW F800 GS and is in his mid-50s. What he told me surprised me. First came psoriatic arthritis and its crippling effects. Then a heart attack that could have easily killed me if it happened while I was out riding alone in the mountains. And just last week, I ordered my first pair of hearing aids. Getting older is an adventure. And the quicker I accept what that means, I think the better off I believe I'll be. Let's face it, in our American culture, aging is one of those topics that doesn't seem cool to dwell on. Something best left to denial, avoidance, or distraction. But each one of us, regardless of age, genetics, or just dumb luck, are marching towards it. When I was young, delusion, distraction, and rationalization were useful tools to avoid thinking about pretty much anything of importance or that made me uncomfortable. And aging then wasn't even on the radar. Being young and that frame of mind lasted until I got into my 50s, when my body began reminding me of something that my brain was seeking to avoid. And then reluctantly, I began to recognize the road ahead. So back to my cardiologist and his thoughts on me continuing to ride alone off the pavement in places with no cell coverage. He said he wouldn't worry about my heart. On that score, I'm in pretty good shape. There's no change in anything regarding my heart, vascular system, and blood pressure. He said he'd be more worried about a spill or a crash that might break something and leave me on the ground waiting for hours or days before anyone happened to pass by. And considering where I ride sometimes, that's a real possibility. He went on to say that he probably isn't the right person to ask, since he's wrestling with the same questions himself and hasn't arrived at a good answer. Perhaps the important thing is I'm asking questions now before something catastrophic happens. And I need to take some time to sort out the risks in my riding life as they relate to growing older. And it's not just risk to me, but also to those people in my life who rely on me. And I think it's important that I don't get lost in the details at this point, but look at it from 30,000 feet. I don't want to just think about distracted drivers and black ice and high speeds, but I really need to look at the entire picture and how aging affects my ability to manage risk and to stay on the road safely. Aging is happening to each one of us all the time, and not just to us older riders. And a lot of the issues forced upon me as I get older would have been good to think about when I was a little younger. I wish there was a simple formula that would tell me when it's time to stop riding, but there isn't. All I can say is don't struggle in silence. Pay attention to yourself, to your mind, to your body, and don't be afraid of the adventure that comes after the adventure. That about wraps up this episode of Scooter and the Sticks. I hope you find something useful in regards to any questions about getting older and when it might be time to stop riding. So until next time, be well and ride safe.